Hey guys, Lisa Callaghy here to share with you a video on how to access your user accounts for the Pearson Access Next training site. This is for your use when you are doing the infrastructure trial in Pearson Access Next. All right, so let's get started. I'm here on the training site for Pearson Access Next, and you can tell because you have the brown banner at the top and in the middle of your page. So this website is trng-nj.pearsonaccessnext.com. Now, as a school test coordinator, you should be able to access this site. If you aren't, please send me an email and I will send a reset password email to your Union City email account so that way you can reset your password. All right, so once you land on this page, you need to come up to the top menu bar and choose Setup and choose Users. Make sure that you are in the correct assessment. So in the middle of the top brown banner, you'll see a drop-down window. You can tell from the arrow to the right, and make sure that you're in school year 2021 and that you've chosen either the ELA or Science Spring 2021 assessment. So they are two separate pages. So what you do in one will not necessarily affect what happens in the other. So right now I'm in the ELA math. Okay. I am currently logged into one school. Make sure that you see your school up here at the top. Okay, so once you've chosen setup and users from the setup menu, then you're going to come down. You'll see you're in the users page. You're going to come down and you're going to see a list of results. Now, because I'm a district test coordinator here, you're going to see a bunch more results than what you would normally see. But this gives me the perfect opportunity to show you some tips on how to search and filter out your results. So the first thing you need to do is under the Find Users field, to the right of the field, there's a search button. And next to that search button, there is a downward facing arrow. Clicking on that downward facing arrow, a window opens and you'll see a show all results checkbox. You want to make sure that that is checked off. So that's going to show you all the results of all the users that are associated with your school in this training site for Pearson. All right, next on the left-hand side of your page, you'll see a filters section. And here you have a couple of ways to filter. Now, for me, I'm going to choose the organization Colin Powell. That's going to filter for me even further. But for you, if you do that, it should yield the same results that you saw before you chose your organization. Again, because I'm a district account, I will see a lot more than you. But now filtering just for Colin Powell, you'll see I have 17 results. So this should be 17 users here. Above the organization's filter feature, you'll see roles. That's another important way to filter. You're able to see the testing administrator users and school test coordinator user accounts. So selecting test administrators, these are the people that will be administering or have access to the training Pearson Access Next site, and they would be administering the infrastructure trial assessment here. So you want to make sure that you see those teachers' names here. And if you don't, you're going to have to create accounts for them. So this is going to give you a list as well. And then one other place here on the left-hand side to filter, you'll see account status. There are disabled and deleted accounts. So if you want to see either one of those, you can just select either one of those choices. I can choose deleted and see that there are no deleted accounts here in Colin Powell for test administrators. And I can click on disabled and I can see that there are disabled accounts here. So if there is a disabled account for a school test administrator that you would like to have their account enabled, okay, I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So let me just start with creating new accounts. All right. So in order for you to create a new account, I'm just going to go back and select under account status, just not choose one of those statuses so I could see the list of teachers that do have active accounts. And if you are wanting to add another teacher here, the next place that you need to go is scrolling up under the users bar. You'll see a tasks window here and a select tasks drop down window. And when you click on that drop down window, you're going to see two choices. And the first one is create edit users. So you check off that box and then click on the blue start button to the right of that drop down window. All right, so now here's where you get to create the new user. You just have to fill in these fields. A lot of them are drop down windows, some of them aren't, but let's just go through it quickly. You would select under selected organizations your school, and then under selected roles, you would choose test administrator. You want to keep that count enabled. Okay, you would type in the first name, you would type in the last name correctly, of course. All right. You would choose the test administrator's Union City email address. Okay. And you want to make their username the email address. It automatically does that for you. So you want to make sure that those are the same. You want to choose your active date. Now, this is important because the active date that you choose will be the day that person will receive an email from Pearson prompting them to create a password or change the password, really, for their account to really create since they're new. So if you are creating an account for somebody and you want them to check their email or you've advised them to check their email on a certain date, you would want to choose that date as the active begin date. Okay. So if you choose today and you do not inform this person until weeks later, they will have to dig into their email to find the Pearson change password email. So it's probably best to either inform them when they will be receiving that email, and you can go ahead and choose that active date here from this calendar. Okay. And then the active end date, you want to choose the last day of the year. If this is going to let me here, should allow us to. Okay, I'm going to just choose. I had to click on the actual month up here to get down to December. This, for some reason, this arrow is not working. December 31st of 2021. And then you're going to click on the create button. That is how you create an account for a new test administrator. Now, to enable an account that's been disabled, so an account that has already been created, but it has been disabled, I'm going to show you how to do that. You can do it two ways. You could, while you're in this, you could add a task. And nope, that's a lie. Sorry. I'm going to cancel that. You can click on exit tasks. And now we're going to use that filter section here on the left-hand side and choose account status to find those disabled accounts. Okay. Make sure you are enabling an account that has under their username their current Union City email address, and under the email column, you make sure you're selecting their current email address. So if you found one person, you're going to check the box next to the left of their name, and then you're going to come up to the selected tasks, create and edit users, and click on Start. So now you'll notice on the left-hand side, you have that person and you need to click on their name. So here you'll see that person's information under details, and the third selection down is account, and it has a drop-down menu. You'll see it is selected currently as disabled. If you click on enabled, again, you want to start the active date this school year. So changing it to, this is April. Let's see. We have to make sure we're in the correct year, 2021, using the right arrow to move over years, selecting the month, selecting the day. And again, the same thing applies as when you're creating a new user. Once you select an active date, that person will be getting an email to change their password. Okay, they will have to select a new password or create a new password. So again, choose your date wisely, depending on when you are notifying these people, when to check their email. And you want to change, again, the active end date to December 31st. Oops, not 2022. Sorry, 2020. Now it's not allowing me to change it to 2021. That's okay. Doesn't matter because Pearson is going to disable. Let's see. Well, let me go this way. There we go. December 31st of 2021. All right. And then you click on save. And now that teacher's account will be active, it will be enabled, and they will receive their email to change their password. All right, so this has been a video on how you create new user accounts for test admin, how you enable user accounts that have been disabled for test admins that need to have active accounts for the 2021 school year in the Pearson Access Next training site that will be utilized for the district's NJSLA's infrastructure trial. All right, guys, hope you have a great day.